All right, we'd like to call the meeting to order, please, with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Roll call, Mr. Schobert.
Good evening. Ullum?
Yes.
Odie? Klumper?
Yes.
Saxer?
Yes.
And Schrader?
Yes.
Via phone. Okay.
Thank you. With that, I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented tonight. So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. Roll call, Mr. Schobert.
Odie?
Yep.
Klumper? Saxer?
Yes.
Schrader?
Yes.
And Ullum?
Yes, thank you. There are no conflict of interest disclosure or waiver requests tonight. Don't have anything down for community input either. So that takes us to our general business items. Under administration reports, Superintendent Larson.
Yes, thank you, Madam Chair. Just a few things to report on this evening. As previously reported, and we will continue to report on the timeline for our new elementary school construction. Just want to make certain that our community and patrons are understanding of the situation and the timeline. I would encourage any patron that has questions regarding our facilities to take a look at our 2018 Facilities Review Committee and the process that we undertook to establish our facility needs moving forward. The direction from that group and from that committee was to build an elementary school on our school-owned property at 41st and Sparta. And then also we created BV Vision 2040, which is a long-range facility plan for the Brandon Valley School District, clearly outlines the direction we are going and where we plan to have building school facilities to meet the needs of our kids. So anyone that's interested in our facilities or direction or vision, I would point to those two specific items, and we're always available for questions. With that being said, regarding our timeline on the new construction, actually tonight within your general business items, you'll be acting on an engagement letter, and basically what that is that's engaging with the company that'll work with us regarding our bonds. So in July, we will have our resolution authorizing the bond election. We'll hold a summer and fall bond election campaign. Tuesday, September 10th will be that election. Fall and winter of 2020, construction planning. Of course, that's pending the successful bond. Spring of 2020, construction would begin. School opens the fall of 2021. Again, all of those items require a successful bond. With that being said, move on to our budget process, our annual budget process. Previously, we held a preliminary budget address. July 15th, our annual meeting, which has been established, previous board action. We will have our public budget hearing and potential action. I want to provide a quick heads up. Link Summer Reading is back. That's in conjunction with our summer lunch program at Brandon Elementary. Every Wednesday in the Brandon Elementary Library, June 5th to the July 24th. You can come listen to a story at 10:45 a.m. The book checkout of the library is available for our kids 10:30 a.m. to noon. I would note we have special celebrity readers, so you got to come every Wednesday to see which celebrity that happens to be. I would like to say a special thank you to Siouxland Library and Pizza Ranch for their collaboration on the program. And then I would also note that you do not have to meet Siouxland Library's goals to obtain our Pizza Ranch incentives. So we're all collaborating and working together to entice and enhance kids' summer reading, but they don't have to meet both of them, for lack of a better phrase. So our goal for junior kindergarten through 4th grade is 600 minutes, and then students grades 5 through 12, it is 5 books documented. So look forward to our links, doing some summer reading, avoiding the summer slide. Joint conference is August 8th and 9th. Board of Education members, if you are interested in attending, please email Jennifer Swenson, and she will work with the business office to get you registered. That is in Sioux Falls at the Convention Center. With that, just an update on the remainder of this calendar year, this academic calendar year. We have a regular day of school. Wednesday, our last day of school, is Thursday with a 2-hour early dismissal. Teachers will have workshop time Friday, May 31st, and then one flexible curriculum development planning day is going to be utilized by our certified staff sometime in the month of June, and that is necessary to meet their contractual obligation and commitment to the district. So with that, I would certainly entertain any questions you may have.
Thank you for all the information. I think a hot topic on the streets for both staff and parents are class sizes, the pool teachers, assignment, all the above, if you want to address that.
Sure, very good. So we do have 2 pool teachers. Those individuals are assigned on an as-needed basis. At this point in time, we have assigned 1 pool teacher to 2nd grade at Brandon Elementary. That's done so that we're able to accept open enrollments and continue to accept increasing capacity at that building in that grade. We have 1 pool teacher that is not assigned. I would not anticipate assigning that pool teacher until August. Quite simply, your best information is closest to the event, and I can't tell you how many kids will come and go in certain grades and certain buildings. What I can tell you is that in that August timeframe before school, we'll have our most accurate information and best be able to manage our personnel. With that being said, we always evaluate our personnel staffing situation currently, meaning if we have sections that are decreased in size for whatever reason, we can manage those sections from 5 to 4 if it's appropriate and best meets our needs. So the right to assign is management right and something that we want to wait until later in the fall to do. So I think it's most important for folks to know and understand that we will utilize our resource of our new staff in the most effective and efficient way possible to best meet our needs as outlined in our strategic plan and target our goals. Great question. Any other questions?
Thank you, Superintendent Larson. That takes us to items under general business. Our first one is public hearing and approval of the application for a waiver from an administrative rule to offer Algebra 1 at the middle school for high school credit. This is our usual yearly piece of this that we go through. Does anyone have any questions or concerns about it? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve general business item number 1 as presented, please.
So moved.
Second?
There's been a first and a second. Roll call vote. Mr. Schobert?
Klumper,
Yes.
Saxer,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
and Odie.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, I would just note, it is an outstanding opportunity that we have to present our middle school students with high school credit, the ability to earn that high school credit. I would tell you that we've had a growing number of participants. Within the report, you would see that in the early phases, it was 40, 50, and now we're around 80 kids. We estimate approximately 80 students taking advantage of that again next year. So we certainly want to continue that, and it's a very positive thing for our students. So much appreciated on the waiver of that administrative rule.
Thank you very much. That takes us to general business items 2 through 7. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So moved.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. Roll call vote, Mr. Schobert?
Saxer,
Yes.
Schrader,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Odie, Klumper,
Thank you very much. That takes us to personnel items 1 through 10. I would entertain a motion to approve those as presented, please.
So moved to approve personnel items 1 through 10.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. Roll call vote, Mr. Schobert?
Schrader,
Yes.
Allen,
Yes.
Odie, Klumper, Saxer,
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you very much. All right, with that, there is some communication under Board of Education, multiple thank you notes for some different things there for your review. With that, are there any formal board reports that anyone would like to share tonight?
Yeah, I would like to talk about transportation. I can get it up here. Well, anyway, it won't work. You guys gave me a bad one. There we go. Okay, we met the other day on the 23rd. Just an update. We have ordered 2 buses for the next coming school year. Also, we have also put in an order for a minibus to help move kids around. Also, just for your information, in 2016-17 school year, we basically transported about 1,800 kids. And as of today, this past year, we were transporting about 2,000, and we are guesstimating it will be over 2,000 now this coming school year, this next fall. Current changes or challenges we're having as a district in the transportation area is what every school district is having is finding drivers. Time challenges for drivers. I can't drive here, but I can drive this time. And this spring was really difficult on road conditions. Gravel roads just didn't lend itself to, as well as water going over roads, didn't lend itself for buses to move, so parents had to move kids to appropriate pickup spots, which caused some grief on both sides. And then there's new road construction coming in this current year as well as future within the district, so those are going to be challenges that we will have to take care of as we get to those dates. Let's see what I did now. Okay, we're going to basically okay, and then we're going to basically have a tentative, what's that? Oh, nutrition bus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're basically going to put together, we're taking a bus out of our fleet, and we're going to use that sort of like Meals on Wheels for the summertime, in which we will go to certain spots within the district and serve meals to the kids. And this way, we'll also probably get them to read, and just, it's a good PR program as well as get them to read and keep current. So basically, that's about it in a nutshell. Is there any questions?
Madam Chair, the one item I would note, the summer lunch program, or the mobile summer lunch program, feeding bus, that is not scheduled until next summer, the summer of 2020. And then I would also tell you that the areas that the mobile feeding unit would go to have to qualify in accordance to federal guidelines to be eligible as far as socioeconomic eligibility. So you can't just say we're going to go here or here. The community or the area of the community has to meet federal guidelines and eligibility requirements.
The comments that I have to share probably fall under curriculum. I was invited to sit in and join Ms. Sittig's class. One, it was absolutely phenomenal to be able to join the classroom. It's one thing to see the test scores on paper, but it's another to see the students in action, and absolute innovation, creativity, just blew my mind to see our students and how they joined together. But I think what even, I guess, stood out even more is the culture that we have, and we all know that we have in our schools. But when I walked in and when I walked out, the teachers that I interacted with, and how not what they talked just about their own classrooms, but they were talking about their colleagues, and they kept saying, did you see so-and-so, did you see so-and-so, oh, she's great, he's great, and they lifted each other up. So I just wanted to commend, I mean, it happens at all the schools, but to the administration at the high school, the culture that stood out was phenomenal. I walked out, I mean, we have the BV Pride, but I mean, just goosebumps the way it was. Of course, they had zombie makeup day. I guess I should just come ready to have my makeup done. That would have been great going back on my webcon and be like, yeah, I don't know what your problem is. But it was amazing to see what was going on. So, one, it was just great to be invited in. I can't wait to do more of it, but so much to see and just take in. So thank you for the invite.
I think that brings up something really important, Mrs. Saxer, and the fact that last year I went and visited, I took 2 days of PTO off of work to visit schools. That's something I want to try to continue to do every spring. I wasn't able to get to that this year. And it's just something I challenge our board members to do, is take a day or two off, which I know is not always easy, but get into the classrooms, get into a variety of the schools and the settings, and see exactly what goes on. Because, like you said, until you're actually in there, you don't, I mean, we know what we know, and we hear great things, and we know that great things are happening, but to see it is totally worth it. So, anyone else have a formal report they would like to share tonight? If not, there's a travel report there from Mrs. Kolb. Otherwise, that takes us to the end of our agenda. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
There's been a first and a second. Roll call vote. Mr. Schobert?
Allem.
Yes.
Bodie. Klumper. Saxer.
Yes.
And Schrader.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.